Hey guys, Unfrequented World, and getting ready to head out on another adventure this morning. I'm going to go out to Powassan and hit a couple of dig sites that I haven't hit this year, but are some of my favorites. And something told me today to bring the big camera. So I've just thrown a couple lenses in there, 7400 and a wide angle. I don't know, I just feel like adventure today, and maybe I'm getting tired of digging holes. I don't know, my brain said bring the camera, so you know, you've hit the country when you see signs like that. Well, we're here, back in the field in Chisholm, and somewhere right behind me, there is a grade 5 time capsule that I haven't been able to capture yet. So today we're going to try the Kruzer. And if the Kruzer can't find it, it's either not here. There used to be a Bell Cairn sign for the school, and they've moved it a few miles down the road. So my hypothesis is when they dug that up, they moved the time capsule, or this thing wasn't buried in metal. What kind of teacher promotes burying a time capsule that's not buried in metal? But I have not been able to find it yet, so let's try one more time. It's really going to be way too hot for this pullover, but I'm assuming the bugs are just going to try to pick me up and take me way out here, so we're going to try it in a little bit. But I know I'm going to overheat very quickly. Well, that lasted about 5 minutes. It's so hot I can't do it. I mean, it's only 8:30 in the morning and whew. I've got a depression in the ground here that I've always thought this is where that monument had to come out of, but there is no signs. I mean, I did pick up 2 nails here right now, but there's no signs of nothing down there deep, so I don't know. Gonna keep trying for now. So right here is a bit of a depression, and I have always thought that that's where that monument had to have been dug out of, but you know, and the school was right here, so. Well, not a time capsule, but some kid's lunch. Got a walnut, a bread tie, and the top of a pop can. I think there's more in there. September 30th, but when was bread $1.30 a loaf? Well, we had the top of the can, a little more digging, and there's the bottom. And nothing in between. Well, down another 4 or 5 inches and another can. And some old plastic bags. This must have been the bury your lunch spot. Some kind of spacer or something. It's not a washer. It's got a little piece on the top there, so I don't know. Well, there's one tree in the yard here, and I thought for sure I was on to something. I thought that would be a great spot to bury a time capsule. Maybe the kids are mistaken. It wasn't the monument. Maybe it was the tree. I got an overload signal right here at the base of the tree. But it was just a piece of plate lying under the grass. I know I shouldn't get disappointed looking for this thing. There's going to be nothing in it anyway. Like, I don't know what are grade 5 kids going to put in there, but it's been one of those things that's been, I'm going to find it. It's on my list and I just can't find it. So I do get a little disappointed. I'm not done yet. We're going to spend another half an hour on this. Yeah, feels like lead to me. It's pretty heavy. No idea what it is though. Probably just part of the drinking water system. Okay, I don't want to get my hopes up or anything here, but there's another indent here. I've moved over. So there's the other tree, and then over here it almost looked like a square indent from where a monument would be sitting. I talked to people before who told me the monument was up by where my vehicle is, and the driveway was there, and they said no, it was just off the driveway. But I've moved 2 bricks out of here and a great big huge rock because I'm getting a really good signal right there under that rock. I mean, if you look at this, it's a straight line and a straight line. You know, it just looks like where a monument would have been sitting. There's a corner right there. And I mean, these rocks, that is one big honking rock. But the monument was cemented out of great big rocks like that. Fingers crossed, I'm going in. Can't see a thing in here. There we go. Oh, right here. What is that? Oh, what is this? What is this? Are we on to something here? I don't want to get my hopes up. Is that even what's... Yeah. I don't know, but I'm getting excited. Watch, it's going to be junk, and I'm going to have to edit all this out. Sorry, you guys are going to have to see this no matter what, because it's all part of my hunt for this elusive... If this is it, I mean, this is only like 4 or 5 inches long and an inch wide. It's not what I was expecting. Okay, so... see what I mean? It's only 5 inches long. It's probably some tool thing or something. It's not even... What is this? What? Not it. Damn it! What the... some kind of cable lock. Oh, the disappointment! I was hoping the kids wouldn't have been dumb enough to put something in a little plastic non-waterproof thing anyway, but man, I had my oh. Back to the search, I guess. Well, part of an old can, so that's not what we're after. Of course I checked, it's just the top or the bottom of a can, there's nothing else. Well, on that note, the other factor is that nobody can remember where they buried this thing. They think they buried it beside the monument, but nobody's sure. So really, it's like a needle in a haystack at this point. I've tried with both previous machines. There are videos on the channel, guys. I come up empty-handed, I don't know, half a dozen times now. So I'm gonna look for some coins and small, cool stuff. Well, it looks like gold, but as far as I know, gold doesn't ring up at 65. I mean, I haven't found any gold at the Kruzer, but not on any of my other machines. Okay, so right there. Look at that. What is that? Ah, it's a button. So that's actually pretty cool, and I think it's older than I thought originally. So in this field here, I've actually found a 10-carat gold ring, which you wouldn't think out in the middle of farming Prairieville. Some little kid, you know, I found coins from the 30s here. There was a school from the 50s here, but I think there was something else here before that, because I've found silver coins back to the 30s, and it's got history older than the 50s, that's for sure. I know this isn't the site of the original school because I took 4 books out of the library last week, which were done by the Women's Institute of Chisholm, and they've actually compiled a whole history going back to 1885, I think it was. And it's funny how the universe works. When I first started coming out here to Chisholm 22 years ago, I stayed at friends when we were in college, and they lived next door to my wife. And so this has been my second home for 20-some years now. But the original house that I stayed at, I found out last week, the very first school, built in 1884 or 85, was in their front yard. And I didn't know that until last week. And the school was an 18 by 24 wood structure, built for $40. They had the gentleman's name who built it. And then the following year, they paid another guy $30 to finish the inside and build all the furniture. So, some pretty cool history. The Women's Institute seems to be the keepers of the history up here in the north. Where I come from, Phelps Township, the Women's Institute puts out a monthly chronicle as well. They used to. And they had some really cool old information in there. But I think the old girls that were doing it are no longer here. So I don't think the Phelps one is still being done. And I don't know about out here, but a great place to find information on history anyway. Well, first coin of the day. So there are power wires here running right along the side of the road, but I mean they're 40 feet away from me. But the Kruzer is freaking out. It's just so friggin' noisy. It's driving me crazy. And I remember the Bounty Hunter Land Ranger Pro had the same problem in this spot, picking up frequency, and it's got to be from those power wires. Even though we're 50 feet, you know, away, maybe there's some underground cable here too somewhere. I don't know, but I've put the machine, and we're going to try it on 19 kilohertz today. So this is the first time that I've switched from 14, and we'll try it and see what we get in the field using that. I noticed right away it's much quieter now on 19 than 14, so Well, there's today's Keeping It Real clip. First item ever dug on 19 kilohertz. Not fantastic. Well, I was saving that mode for gold, but I guess we've ruined that now. So I just dug that, and I gotta say, wow, does the Kruzer ever hit hard? That signal there was as strong as could be for a little tiny item like that. So 19 kilohertz is quite a bit more quiet, which I'm enjoying, so I may just switch over and start using 19. Well, I think that's part of an old buckle. Could be wrong, but it kind of has that bend, a little bit of a bend to it. Old stuff. Well, on 19 kilohertz, that was almost like a coin signal. I mean, it is twisted in a pretty cool fashion there, but the Kruzer definitely got tricked on that. It was not ringing in low. That was 70s right up to 90s. Here's the last 3 holes, and I'm having a real hard time with 19 kilohertz because it's banging out these, but they're so hard to find with the pinpointer going through there. And then I check the hole again and there's nothing in there, just, you know, little pieces, but man, they sound so loud with the Kruzer. I'm having a hard time. It's just, I don't want to say too sensitive, but okay. So here's another old button, guys. I've pulled a few of these out of this field. Can anyone tell me the era of these buttons? This one's got nice little ridges on the outside though, and I think it's brass on the top. So another thing to mention about these 2.4 gigahertz headphones is that they don't disconnect. I just walked over to the car to get a drink of water. You know, it's 150 feet away from where I'm digging, and when I used to do that and I had the Bluetooth headset on, after you get about, I don't know, 35 feet away, you'd hear beep, 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 and they would disconnect, and they would not always would they reconnect when you came back. So sometimes you had to pull out the receiver transceiver, shut it down, and restart them and play with that. There's none of that with these, with this Kruzer headset. It's just, it's there, it's connected. Well, there's the second coin of the day. Definitely a lot more work for the digger with the 19 kilohertz mode. I have to recheck the hole quite often. This field is like cement right now. So in the spring it's clay, and now that we're hitting almost summer, it is, it's so hard to dig. Well, a little needle valve. I actually broke the stem there when I pulled it out. Well, we've got our third coin of the day, and it's a nickel. 1962. I don't know, guys, it is blooming hot. I mean, like sweat dripping in my eyes. This field is like concrete. I don't know how much longer I can go here. I think the farmers of yesteryear would have appreciated the farmer tan I'm working on today, but it's getting close to Oregon shutdown, I think. So I'm gonna try a couple more holes, but it's just, I am dying here. Also time for a new pair of gloves. Well, switching to 19 kilohertz mode, I'm wondering if we should have switched to 5 kilohertz mode when we were looking for the time capsule this morning for the first hour and a half. It's more of an artifact mode from what I understand. Maybe we'll have to come back to this field and try again, but I gotta tell you, the digging right now, I think this is gonna be early next spring. This will be a spot I come back to, but right now it's just like cement. And on that note, I gotta find some shade. So guys, I found some shade and it is fantastic. The birds, the breeze, it smells great. I am just gonna take some time, eat my lunch, and enjoy nature. So until the next video, guys, just a reminder for you to do the same thing. Enjoy your dig site, not just the digging, but if you're out in nature, take some time to just sit and enjoy and relax. That's what it's all about. We'll catch you in the next video.